And we're back.
Oh my gosh, you know how to flip that switch.
New year, new Cavalry.
That's right.
Oh wait, no. New year, same old Cavalry.
Good classic
Cavalry.
that you wanted.
We're announcing 0 changes
No
in the new year.
changes.
We huddled together, we thought about it, and we were like, what are we crazy? Change?
Yeah.
This format?
If it's not broken, don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up. If it ain't broke, don't fuck it up.
That's the saying.
What's up, buddy? How was your new year?
New Year was good. I should have texted you a picture, but it's kind of gross. I have a picture on my phone of a table with puke all over it from the back of the club from the New Year's.
Wow.
I didn't even know. I didn't know what happened while I was on stage. I was unaware, and then after I got off, they're like, "Yeah, this lady puked in the back."
You made her laugh so hard.
Yeah, yeah, I'll take credit for that. They were telling me that like they're like, you should go. Like her friends were like, oh, you got to go to the bathroom. You're too wasted. You're too wasted. And she was like, no. I don't want to ruin the show. I don't want to ruin the show. I'll just vomit here all over the table.
No, guys, I wouldn't do that to you, my friends. I wouldn't go puke in the bathroom. I'll take a bullet for the team and just puke right here. But I'll do it inconspicuously.
Right.
That's the worst. I've seen that before where people are trying to vomit inconspicuously, like they're putting their hand over their mouth
Yeah.
and it's just coming through their
Oh God.
like, oh no, you're covering it great.
Yeah.
No one's even noticing. Just like as a little cough in the corner.
Oh God.
Oh, it's
Awful.
gross. But again, it gets back to our point of I mean, it's New Year's Eve, so you're gonna cut people a little bit of slack, but just comedy clubs,
Yeah.
just the real alcoholic behavior. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Guess so. That happened the late show on New Year's Eve. The early show. Was it? Oh no, this might have been between shows. They two people got kicked out for having sex in the coat closet of Dr. Grins.
Who are your fans? Who are these?
Yeah,
These all Cavalry listeners?
that's right.
Wow.
I know.
This is the first weekend they've been reopened, or is that wrong?
No, they've been open since September.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe people are just so excited for them to be back.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't contain it. I have to fuck in the coat closet and then puke.
Who found the like?
It was the head. It was like the new, because it's a new staff for the most part. And he told me, and he was like, yeah, they were in there, and they locked the door from the inside, and he opened it, so they kind of had warning. So when he opened the door,
They had quickly
the guy
stopped.
was like zipping up his pants, and the girl just ran out and ran to the bathroom. And the guy just was shameless. He was like, yeah, you know what just happened in here.
And then you're just sitting in the green room, like with the door open, like writing notes for the show.
Right.
Hey, you know what just happened?
Yeah.
What a business!
What a world we live in.
New Year's Eve. But other than that, fun shows.
Other than that, it was good. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
thank God. Yeah, thank God. Shout out to Garrett Elzinga, who I don't know if he listens, but he's like the host MC.
Mm-hmm.
Stu McAllister used to be the house MC there. But no, it's Garrett. It's been Garrett for a while, but he was the one that, because the manager was like, hey, how do you want to do? Do you want to do like a countdown or blah blah blah? And I was like, whatever you guys want to do, whatever we'll do. We can bring the comics up, whatever. And Garrett was like, we shouldn't do. That's not how we do. That's not how it's supposed to go. That's not how it's gone in the past. And I was like, yeah, it always sucks. I mean, it's always awkward.
Yeah.
I don't want to, but whatever. I'm getting, paid a bunch. So he talked to him. He talked to the manager, and we were done by 11:40. So sweet.
Isn't that? But man, see, this is what's wrong with us. Is that I would have said the exact same thing. They would have asked me, "How do you want to handle it?" I was like, "Oh, whatever you guys want to do." Been really gracious, knowing full well what I want. Like they're asking me,
I know.
why can't we just be honest and go, you know what would be great? We do a great show. We give people time to go and be where they want to be for midnight and not do. So you didn't have to do it though, because of
Nope.
this Garrett guy.
I think the reason I responded how I did is because I didn't really put a lot of thought. I mean, I knew full well this sucks for us, but like, it's also not great for the crowd. Like it is. I didn't realize it's better for the crowd for the show to be done at 20 till because then they can
Right.
go to any of the other 3 floors where there's DJs and actual parties instead of be at a table full of empty beer bottles.
Right. Or
You
quickly
know,
get in their vehicles and race to another bar on the highways,
right?
the icy highways, half
Yeah,
drunk.
exactly.
It's better for them. No,
Yeah.
but it is in like because you always think like managers, comedy club managers might think like, oh no, we want to give them the full New Year's Eve experience. But for every person you think wants that, there's probably another person who's sitting there going too awkward to get up and leave, but
Mm-hmm.
also wishes that they could. So
Yep.
I think ending it at 11, that's perfect. So good for
Yeah.
you. Or
Yeah.
Garrett, not you. You
Good for
just got
Garrett. I
lucky.
just reaped the benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was your New Year's Eve?
Oh my God.
And the
Well,
wedding?
wedding of the century. We made
Was
it.
it on New Year's Eve?
It was on New Year's Eve. We made it to Boston with Trudy and Ginger, and no real problems on the flight. It's just a lot, and you're like exhausted. And then the Uber, every time you go anywhere, you got to get an Uber, and you're holding the car seat when the Uber pulls up, and they're disappointed because they don't want to sit there and wait for you to, you know what I mean?
Right.
So anyway, it was all fine.
There was
But
no bumps in
Ginger,
the road with Trudy. What was your tactic for getting her on? Just the fake, or
oh
the
yeah, she's
legit?
a well, Johnny, she's a service animal.
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody it's great. I mean, nobody questions it. It's amazing. Uh, if you're willing, you just have to be willing to go down that road.
Yep.
It's like if you take anything to a certain point, people just stop questioning you.
Yeah.
If
You
you're
just that's
half-assed
like
about it, like, oh,
yeah.
I need it for emotional support. People are like, nah, you don't. And then you can get in an argument, but you're gonna lose. But if you just
You
full
guys are
out
just in
go,
it.
I have a disability, this everybody gets scared and stops asking questions.
Huh? I love it.
Yeah. So we
You get in the Uber.
Ginger was a flower girl in the wedding, which was nice, but we were the whole time, this is a very professional wedding. I mean, there's like a wedding coordinator, there's like 6 photographers, there's day like 2 days worth of itinerary and schedules, and be here at this time, and then makeup and hair, and I mean the whole deal, right?
Yeah.
And so we're very nervous about Ginger actually going down the aisle because there's another little girl, Elle, who's Kristen, my brother's fiance's niece,
Yeah.
and she's a little older, it's like 2.5 or something. And so we're like, maybe she can just follow her, because she's like a little older.
Yeah.
So we're in the front, but that's the problem is Heidi has to do a reading right at the beginning of the wedding, and I have to be way in the front of the church because I'm the best man. And so Heidi's just gonna like launch her and then run around the side, and then I have to just kind of like encourage her to come down.
Yeah.
So I can't hear, but I'm not back there because we're just we just start in the front, the me and my
Yeah.
brothers.
Okay.
So I'll and then the father of the L, the other little girl, he's in the front too because he's one of the groomsmen. And all we hear from the back after like some of the women start, walking down the aisle, they're doing a processional. All we
Yeah.
hear is just screaming, children, just like real screams of like terror, and we're like, oh shit. And
Oh.
his wife, this dude's wife, the mother of Elle, she's also down in front, so they're trying to have a babysitter send her down,
Okay. Yeah.
which is just a recipe for disaster. So we hear screaming, and then he goes, and I hear him. He's not saying it to me. He's saying it to one of the groomsmen. He goes, "That's not mine." That's what he said. I was like, come on, how do
Were
you
you
really
like, oh
know?
well, that it's mine?
It's no, but I was like, it's little girls screaming. You can't tell the difference, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
And then lo and behold, only one child emerges.
yeah. Ginger.
Ginger got
Hey.
walked down the aisle.
So was it his? Was he wrong?
Well, I think that is undoubtedly the case. And then so then Ginger comes down the aisle. I like coax her with a Tootsie Roll and get her to like go the whole way. She's pretty
Sure.
cute walking down the aisle. And then there's a nativity scene up in the corner, like probably like 3/4 the height of an actual person. So they're pretty big, but it's like a big nativity scene. And she just goes right over to him and just starts like talking to Mary about Winnie the Pooh and offering the Tootsie Roll to baby Jesus. And that's what she does for the whole wedding. And we're like, I don't know, should we like pull her away and have her scream or just let her go? And she did that. And so she was
Nice.
fine.
Yeah. Nice.
And then during their vows, I can hear it just because it's so distinct. And then I kind of smell it too. She just took a giant dump.
And you heard it?
Well, it's like that I recognize right away, just the little grunt, and then I look over, and then it's the face.
Oh,
And then Heidi told me
you
later,
didn't hear the foam and the smushiness.
no, not that. And then Heidi told me later, she was like, yeah, it went on for like 5 minutes.
Oh God.
So
Nice.
that was like the stressful part, but then everything else was fun. Uh, gave a speech, it went pretty good.
Oh, were you under 3 minutes?
Under 3 minutes. I had to actually cut it more because then my older brother wanted to talk too, and I don't think they wanted us both. I think they wanted one or the other, so we just split our time. So I was really like 2 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was great though. It's fun time. A lot. Very tired. Boston's didn't even see much of Boston. Like it was
Oh.
like saw just like that hotel was like my whole. We got food out and brought it to the lobby. Ate a lot of so that was like it, and then
Did, you never lived in Boston, right?
I did live in Boston. And I
For how
was like
long?
so excited. I was gonna show everybody where I lived, where I was from. It's like just there was like no time. I brought a book. I
Mm-hmm.
brought like gym shorts and like running shoes and stuff. There was like no, it was like a joke. There was like no time to do any of that stuff.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say you brought a book on the history of Boston and how Boston was made.
No. We did probably we went to the as far as we got was like the park and then the like 1/10 of the Freedom Trail or something. I don't know. We saw some stuff.
How
That's
long
all
did
I
you
can
live
say.
there?
When I lived there about a year. It was
Oh,
like probably 2010 or something like that.
okay.
I ran out. I was having fun. We ran out of money and just like middle of the night did one show at this place called Motley's. And I remember my buddy Jason was gonna met me.
I think I did a
And,
show at Motley's.
oh really? You did a show at
It was
Motley's?
part of the Boston. It wasn't the Boston Comedy Festival. It was like the Magners
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Hard Cider Festival or something.
Yeah. Motley's did not last very long either. It's like a small little room in the basement of that. I think that was only around for a year or two.
Huh.
But I did a show there. I didn't tell anybody I was going. I just remember I got my Camry with my buddy Jason. We just drove straight middle of the night. Got as far as Chicago.
To like leave to not
Just
live
left
there
town.
anymore?
Had it all packed up. I was just out.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. The ultimate Irish goodbye.
Atta boy. Good for
Motley's
you.
was my comedy softball. They were my softball team. I was on the Motley's team.
Oh, okay.
And then they wanted, once they found out I left, they wanted my jersey back. I was like, no, I paid for
I
it.
think yeah, you talked about that
Probably told
on the
that
show
story.
with some when we had a guest.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But anyway, so that was New Year's. I'm just exhausted now. All our Christmas shit is still up.
I just dragged mine down to the basement today before we started recording.
So now it's embarrassing. We're the only house in the block with lights still on. So I got to
Oh, I still
do
have the
that
outside
tomorrow.
stuff up.
Yeah. Oh, good.
No.
That makes me feel better.
Yeah, too lazy to grab that stuff. So I texted you about Love Is Blind. Did you tell me about that show or no?
No, I don't think so. I was like,
Okay.
I don't even
Okay.
know
My
what
other
that.
buddy, because I felt like multiple people had. My other buddy had told me about it, and I was in Michigan, and I hate I loathe that reality type. I just can't watch any of it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right, there's no movies that I want to see. There's no shows I'm in the middle of. I was like, you know what? I'll open this. I go on Netflix. Love Is Blind. There's 3 seasons. I'd never heard of it until recently. So I plowed. These episodes are an hour long, and there's 14 episodes in a season. And I finished it
Oh my
in
god.
like 2 days while I was in Grand Rapids. Oh my
What?
God.
Wait, what's the premise?
The premise is these, you know, 10 guys, or there's a big number, a bunch of guys on one side of the building, and then a bunch of girls living on the other side for like, I don't know, 5 days or something. But then in the middle, there's these pods where they can go and talk to each other. They set up dates, but there's a wall down the middle. So you meet all these people, but you can't see them. And you like date, through these pods for a week or whatever, and you try to find someone you marry, and then you propose to them.
This is so stupid about these shows.
I
That
know.
it can never just be like who you want to like have a relationship with. They always have to take it like The Bachelor or whatever. They always have to take it to the extreme of marriage. It always has to
I
end in marriage. You
Yep.
know? Wouldn't it be just as compelling if it was like Love Is Blind and you're dating and then you're like, this is gonna be your boyfriend or girlfriend from now, Like are we it's like such a joke. Like they're
It
gonna
is a joke. I mean,
propose.
it would be different. It would be lower stakes, but it's high stakes. But it's not necessarily high stakes because you're like, well, they're not going to get married. You know,
Well,
half of
that's the
them
thing.
break
They
up.
get engaged.
They
Like, what
get
does that
engaged.
mean? Yeah.
They propose, and then they show, and then they have the reveal. But there's no. I mean, I've seen season one, and I started season two.
Oh, good.
But there's no duds. You know what I mean? Like, it would be a great show if it was like the
There's
reveal of some toothless
one
fucking,
real uggo.
yeah, just real
Yeah,
uggo that you can't tell from the voice.
totally.
That's what you want to see. Instead, oh, a beautiful woman. They see each other. Oh, they're both relieved. They
Right.
run to each other. It's
Yeah,
like,
there's no risk. Of course, you can just go on personality when you know everyone's hot on the other side.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a better premise is you do like 9 ugly people and one hot person.
See, and I thought about that, but one of the flaws would be they would find out because they can talk. The guys, like, you're going on dates with 5 guys, you 4 of the guys would be like, "Hey, Jimbo is he doesn't have a nose or whatever."
Yeah, but that's why you do them all ugly.
Oh, but it would
Except
have to
for
be a new
one.
season. It'd be a new season.
Yeah, it'd be a new season and everybody's super ugly except for
Yeah.
one hot person. And I'm talking about guys and girls. So one of the guys is hot or one of
Yeah,
the
one of
girls
the
is
girls
hot.
is hot.
So
Oh, that's a
they're going to
good
be
call.
mad too. There's no chance. So only one person is going to win the lottery on this show.
Oh, yeah, yeah, there you go.
And then the other people have to be happy because they're ugly. And then they matched with someone who has a great personality who's also ugly. It's like, so those two ugly people belong together.
Yeah.
But the one hot person is the one who's like, what the fuck just
See,
happened?
we should sell ourselves. We should sell a service where we pitch
Fix. Yeah.
new angles to existing shows to make them better.
Well, I think like they should do that for like just the Bachelor anyway. Like
What
not
is the
even
catch with the
ugly
Bachelor?
because
Like,
now
what's
it's
the
just
angle?
straight up all Instagram models. That's the only contestants. They just have social media because they want people who already have a social media following so that they get more people to
Oh
watch the show. So like they just need actual regular. I actually think the show would be more interesting if they straight up did like a social security number lottery and then just if you were already in a relationship you got discarded and then they just went to the next one until they found 25 random, like seriously random single people or whatever. It'd
Yeah.
be
What
super
is the
fascinating.
what's the what's the little the hook? I mean,
The hook of The Bachelor?
yeah.
There is no hook. I mean, the hook is just they were early
There's one guy and how many girls?
and like I don't remember what they
And
start
then he
with.
just eliminates week
25.
by week. He gets rid of
They
some of
whittle
them.
them down. They whittle down like they whittle them down at the first night in like half, and then they do like you know dates, and then there's like it's like a 2 month process or something, and then they.
Here's how
But
I
again,
can
at
make
the
the
end,
show
he has to
better.
propose.
Right to the last one.
Right, right.
So
But
here's how they
then,
can make the show better. When you're eliminated, they they execute you on live television. You know?
right,
Yeah.
yeah, and then
So
you
it's
have a
like
chance to beg for your life
right.
and state what you'd be willing to do.
Yeah. You'd be like,
Yeah.
oh my God, please don't. I'll lick your butt every night before you go to bed. Whatever you want. Just don't blow my head off.
Uh, yeah, we watched Heidi got into the show where it was first, not Love at First Sight. Was it Love at First Sight? What is the one you watched?
Maybe. The one
Love at
I
First
watched is
Sight.
Love is Blind. So Love at First Sight, if that is one, is something
That's
different.
where they get match made and they literally don't talk or
Oh,
meet
until the wedding?
until they see each other walking down the
Wait, they
aisle.
don't talk?
They don't talk. They literally meet for the first time as they're exchanging vows.
How, is that episode one, the wedding, or what's the show? What's the buildup?
Well, the buildup is just interviewing the two people. There's like the groups, usually in each season, there's like, you know, a couple women and a couple men on each side. And then they just kind of like do their hometown, go talk to why they're doing this. Why would anyone do this? Talk to their friends, see what kind of person they are, and then like what they're looking for. And then they show them getting married. Then they show them they go on like this honeymoon, but they don't have to like sleep together or whatever. And then they show the eventual breakdown of the marriage.
Yeah.
And then when they like 6 months later they like break up.
Yeah,
But
see,
there's
that's
there's
interesting. I think the one that I watched is probably more intriguing. I would think.
well, Heidi is a
I don't
big
know.
fan of Love at First Sight.
I think I saw someone did an Instagram like they took Love at First Sight because like at the wedding, the guy turns around like his best man turns him and he turns and sees her and he just starts crying because he's so happy like
Yeah.
they edited it so like he turns around and he's like sobbing and his buddy's like rubbing his shoulders and like I know man I know and he's like oh my god and then they show what he was looking at and it was like a piece of stereo equipment. It's pretty funny.
Uh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
The one thing that had us laughing was like there's always these these character types that are the same in the different seasons, and this guy's just like he's such a frat guy douche or whatever, and he's about to see who he got matched up with. He's about to meet the girl that he proposed to. And he's like, "Oh, this is great. She's so perfect. She fits every. It doesn't even matter what she looks like. This is. I mean, if she's missing a tooth, I'm out of here. I'm out of here." He's like, "Even I have limits." And we're like, "What?"
missing a tooth.
That's the whole. Yeah, that's first of all, that's fixable. But you're
That's
saying
what I
like,
was gonna
love is blind.
say.
Doesn't matter what she looks like unless she's ugly for some reason.
Right. Hey, look, I don't care what she looks like, unless she's having a bad hair day. And
Right.
I'm
Then I'm
out
out
of
of here.
here.
Yeah.
Uh yeah, man. Oh, wait. So I have one other observation from traveling with a kid
Yes.
is kids have no self-awareness. So like Ginger, we're going through the airport and Ginger's now her new thing, she'll like point out other kids who are crying. Like she sees a kid crying, like, oh, that baby's crying, or that
Yeah.
baby wants this, or that baby's crying. It's like, I was like, that's so sad. And she says it like in this sort of patronizing way, like, Oh wow. Could you imagine throwing a fit, embarrassing your parents like that? And it's like, hey, kid, there's like 20 seconds ago you were losing your shit because you dropped your fork. You know what I mean? Like that
Yeah.
was you. That was you. I tried to put you down for a nap and you lost your mind. That's you. You do that all the time. But then she's like, oh, isn't that sad? Isn't that sad that a
Isn't
baby
that
would
sad,
cry?
Dad? Oh, how embarrassing. That's hilarious.
It's very annoying.
Ginger, ginger,
Ginger,
ginger.
ginger, ginger. All right. Do you
Ginger.
have any other
I have
pre-show
yeah, I have one
discussion
other
points?
question.
Sure.
This because I got asked this weekend. Well, when this comes out, it'll have just happened. But I was asked as this weekend I'm doing my recording, my new recording,
Yes.
and
All your new material.
I did radio promo for it, and there and my buddy Greg who was on the radio was like, so tell me now, explain why you're doing this. Just explain how this came about, why you're doing this. And I was like, okay, well, there's this company, good intentions, blah blah blah. A lot of comedians things got pulled, so and it's just this long thing. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, I get that makes sense. Yeah, another comedian did that a couple weeks ago, and we asked him, and he said, oh, well, I'm just Taylor Swifting it. And it's like, that's, yes, why? That's exactly. Why did you ask me? That's a very concise and clear. Yes, I'm just re-recording it so that I can
Wow.
get money for it because I couldn't of the original recording. But that's a good way to explain it. But anyway, so what I was going to ask
I
you.
had a guy. That happened to me. I
What?
told when I did the recording, the comic who opened for me, who was also recording the thing, I did a long-winded explanation, just like you did. That was very boring.
Yeah.
That I'm sure made people not want to come to your show.
Right.
And he said that exact thing to me. He goes, "Oh, you're Taylor Swifting it." He
Yeah.
literally
I
said that
guess.
to me.
So yeah, I don't know. I wish I would have thought of that before I babbled about it. But
Yeah,
yeah, that's
the
exactly
radio
right.
hosts are the worst anyway. They ask a question and they know that there's an answer they want you to say. It's like, just tell me if that's what it is. Just tell me what it is you want me to say.
Yeah.
You know, don't ask a question you're not curious to the answer to.
But I got a message from the club asking what, do you have particular walk-up music? And I just thought I like, what do you say when you're at a club and they're like, hey, what do you
I
want to come
never.
up to? Do you have an answer? Do you have a go-to? What do you
Let me tell
say?
you something. I never have an answer, and then I always regret not having an answer because they play something really stupid, or like, or they all. And you know what they always play is Bruno Mars. It's always like that.
Uptown Funk?
Yes.
So you like have to dance your way to the mic?
No, I don't dance. So I don't know. What is your what do you say? What's a song? I mean, what's a style of music that fits
I
Johnny
don't know. I mean,
Beaner? Counting
generally I just say
Crows.
something upbeat. Counting Crows is like, hey, let's all smoke weed and get emotional. Like
Yeah,
no,
that's your
nobody wants to hear Counting Crows. So what I'll just say play something upbeat. But the ones when I have picked is I'll do "This Girl Is on Fire." The girl is "This Girl Is on Fire" by Alicia Keys because I think that's funny because it's like a pump up, good, high energy. This girl is on fire,
yeah.
but it's not, but it's me, and that's like okay, so that was kind of funny. But then if they don't cue it up at that part, then it's just stupid because it's just
Oh,
it's
right.
quiet.
No, I've made that mistake too where I love this song. They used to play it at Sonics games. I think it's by the Who, like Teenage Wasteland or something.
Sure, yeah,
But it's the Who. So it's like a 19-minute song, and
right,
there's like
right.
a 6-minute instrumental build up, and then there's like the big. So it's like they don't pick the good part. It
Yeah,
is
you got to tell them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So then it's like I don't know the time codes to tell them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So no, there's no great answer, I guess. It's funny you said that Alicia Keys. I was thinking that made me think for some reason of the failed Hillary Clinton campaign, and I just remember watching all these when she was running against Donald Trump, she'd always come out and have her rallies, and they'd play the Katy Perry "This Is My Fight" song. You know that song?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that
That's
was like
someone
her.
else, not Katy Perry,
Yeah.
my
Oh,
friend.
that's not Katy Perry. Who is that?
No, um,
See, I failed
Ho-
music trivia.
oh my gosh, that would be good because I knew that one. I'm gonna look it up. But you
Anyway,
can go on.
that song is like completely ruined forever. I don't think anyone can think of that song without thinking of
Oh yeah, I
Hillary
bet you're
Clinton
right.
losing to Donald Trump.
Rachel Platten, that's who it is.
Oh, see,
But
killed her career.
yeah, I bet you're right.
Yeah. So be careful who you loan your
Well,
songs
also I
to.
was thinking, and I ended up just saying, oh, let's just not do. We don't need music because if it's like a recording, I don't want them. I don't want XM or satellite to be like, well, we don't have the rights to Welcome to the Jungle, so we're just not gonna play this.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah. You don't want you. That's a good point.
So I was just like, just have the host introduce me and
Right.
get the crowd pumped up.
I have the host introduce you and then and scat a little bit off mic. Like, and now
Yeah.
welcome Johnny Beaner. And you like are like, okay, turn the music down.
It's just, as he backs away from the mic.
Oh, that would be really
It's
funny.
I love it. That's a good idea.
Okay, make him do it.
There's that reminds me. There's a oh my god. Now I feel I shouldn't even tell this story because I can't think of his name. Super hilarious comedian, but he has a bit, and if I think of it later, I'll say it. But he has a bit where like he gets introduced, and he would always do this at Flappers because it was like one of those long shows where like you bring on the next. So the MC would be like, "Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's blah blah," blah. And he'd come up and he would like kind of whisper. You know, sometimes they talk to each other and they're shaking hands. So he would like talk to the host and he'd like be whispering him and he'd be whispering in his ear, but it would just go on for like a ridiculously long time. It was always so funny. Oh man, good bit, good
I
bit.
wouldn't recommend doing that bit on your album though.
Right. Good call.
I had like visual on the not this last album that I also re-recorded, but the one before I had like a big visual joke, and I was like, how do I handle that for recording it?
Yeah.
And I think I just didn't. I
Do
just
it.
didn't. I did the bit, and it gets a big laugh on the album, but there's no words, you know. And
Oh,
I
so
think
they just.
in the moment I just forgot to go because I remember saying I was going to address it, and I was like, for those
Oh,
of you
okay.
listening at home, I remember Dave Attell did that on Skanks for the Memories, but like something happens in the crowd and he's doing crowd work and then he's like present enough to
Right.
know that it's being recorded. So he goes, for those of you listening at home, and he describes the scene, you know.
Yeah.
And I
And you
remember thinking I
didn't
should
do
do
that.
that, and I just didn't do it. It's just on the album. People are
Uh,
who are listening to it are probably very confused.
how long is your album in length?
The one I just did,
Yeah.
like 56 minutes or something like that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't. I thought of like packing it and doing all the old stuff, you know, like really like make it like an hour and a half. But I was like, I don't have it in me really, you know, to do an hour and a
Prepare
half
for
show
that.
at a comedy club and keep the staff late, you know, all that. And then I was just like, well, if this works, I'll just do it again and do the older stuff, and
Yeah.
you know. But we'll.
Because
I'm waiting.
your other album isn't on a label, right? It was the one you like.
No, the other one
You,
was yeah. Well, I did it myself, but then I gave it to 800 pound
right.
gorilla to get it on
And that's
Sirius.
the one. Yeah, that's the one you were thinking about redoing, but you didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And that's the one I'm like, if this works, this last one I just did, if that actually gets on, then I'll take the effort of actually going to re-record the old one.
Got it. Cool. Well,
Cool.
what do you think? Should we get into it?
Let's get into it. Topic time, baby.
All right. You want to go first?
Oh
I feel
wait,
like I've gone
and
first a bunch.
quick shout out. I ran into a Patreon subscriber at the wedding. He's actually a groomsman in my brother's wedding, Charles. So
He
shout out to
texted me.
Charles. He gave me encouragement, told us to keep going with the podcast, keep up the good work. So thank you, Charles.
Did it when
One
he said that? Did it sound like he felt like he needed to tell you that? Hey guys,
Yeah.
please don't
I
quit.
feel, you know
Don't
what?
quit. I
I
am
feel like
listening.
that is the tone of a lot of the positive feedback we get, as they all think we're on the verge of quitting every time, and they have to come up and tell us like, "Hey, just hang in there."
Yeah. Yeah, it's them against all the other listeners. Hey, you guys are so great. You're
Yeah.
so
Don't
great.
listen to everybody else.
Right.
Don't don't listen to the lack of popular demand. It's
Right.
it's like a parent of a kid who keeps striking out in little league. That's kind of what it feels like. But thanks. I need it.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere, Charles.
No. Well, yeah. Not this week.
Yeah. We're taking a week at a time.
1 week at a time.
Yeah.
And a good reminder, because Charles has access to this on the Patreon.
Oh
There's a
yes.
bonus episode that we recorded a long time ago, and there was a technical difficulty, but it's up now. Johnny saved the day, got it up. And so it's our bonus episode. It's all about quitting
With
jobs,
Mike
quitting
Cummings.
stories with Mike Cummings, a good friend, Mike Cummings. He has the best quitting stories in the world. So if you want to hear that, got to be on the Patreon and get that. So there you go.
There you go. All right.
Now,
What how can I back you up?
okay. So I got this tuxedo in the mail for this wedding, a rental. It's from the
Yes.
Black Tux. They just mail you
And then you mail it back. I think I did
and you
that with
mail
my
it back.
brothers in Seattle. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
That's
It
great.
worked great. And it was very easy to return, by the way. Shout out to them. They could
Yep.
not have made it simpler. In the same box, you just peel off the
Yep.
old label, the new labels underneath. All you got to do is take it to UPS. Well, the box was in Seattle, and we didn't fly back in Seattle, in Portland, where we live, in my house. And we didn't fly back until yesterday. And it was due, like, there's like a $60 fee if you don't get it back the
Oh.
day before. So I was like, shit, But I was like, our flight got delayed. Otherwise, I could have done it. But the point is, here's what I need back. This is like the best idea I've had in a long time. UPS, you should be able to pay them a little bit more. Like, because you know how you can pay them for rush delivery or overnight, like, all these delivery companies. You should be able to pay them to backdate the day you drop off a package. So, like, if
Yes.
you, speaking of which, I got your Christmas card, right? I got your Christmas card. Looks
good.
great. Thank you for sending it. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
It's wonderful. Very funny. But, like, obviously it came after Christmas. But wouldn't you have liked to been
Yeah,
able to,
obviously. It shouldn't have.
but wouldn't you have liked to have claimed, hey, I sent that weeks ago, and then have the post office take the blame? And what do they care?
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
reputation is on the line. Who gives a shit? You're
Yeah.
UPS. Everyone's the reputation of UPS is baked in forever. No one's going to change their minds about UPS going forward.
Right.
You
I
know?
totally am backing you up. I have a question.
Sure.
What scenario would that benefit besides that tuxedo company?
The Christmas card. Okay, so if it's someone's birthday, let's say
Okay.
you were sending
But that's all USPS. You're saying
well, either but you people
specifically
send
take it.
birthday people either any USPS, FedEx, UPS, it all works. Any
Okay.
of these can offer this.
Sure. Okay.
But if you're sending a birthday present to your niece, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, shit, her birthday was yesterday. Well, I'll just quickly go get a toy and put it in the mail today, or go to UPS today.
Yeah.
You can get them to say that you dropped it off at UPS a week ago, and that they screwed up and took too long, and that's why her present is late, not you. And there's an official stamp on the thing verifying your lie.
I love it. I love
Isn't
it.
that genius?
It is very genius. I have one thing that might become an obstacle. If it becomes too commonplace, people will start to recognize that seal. Be like, hey, I used this seal when I fucked up, and now I'm getting this.
Well, it's not going to be a different seal. It's not like they put it on there with a big winky face and going, sent by suspiciously slow mail.
No, but I'm saying, like, if you got a package and it was late and it was like, oh, UPS apologizes, but you have utilized that service yourself, you'd be
Yeah,
like,
I'd be suspicious. I
you'd
would
be,
be suspicious. However, you're always going to have plausible deniability. So, would you be suspicious to the point where you would actually go, "Hey, I know what happened"? No, you would just go,
no,
"Well, maybe they paid an extra $5 to have it
yes,
to have them lie, or maybe they actually did go slow." Because guess what? People believe that too. Oh, the mail took forever. Yeah, we believe it. Of course, we believe it because it
yeah,
happens all the time. You
that's
know,
true. That's true.
shipping delays happen all the time. So, and the best part is new revenue stream for these companies that they're always looking for new ways to make money, right? And
Yeah.
usually it's fees and things that they stick it to us in unfair ways. This is a fair way for them to make some
It
extra
actually
money,
benefits the consumer.
and it benefits the consumer, and
Yeah.
it's a victimless crime.
I like it.
Ah,
Oh,
such a good
man.
idea.
Shark Tank.
Shouldn't even be giving it out for free,
I
but
know.
here I am.
Oh, my God. You do this too often. You give away great ideas.
I know.
Oh, my gosh.
Very proud of it today. But obviously, I thought of it today for a very specific reason.
Yeah.
I would
Oh,
have
and this
paid.
is,
So it's like a $60 fee. I would have paid like, and I didn't rent the tux. Like they were nice. They rented all the tuxes for us.
yeah.
So
That's
like, I don't know if they're actually gonna get hit with that because I was literally like, a few hours late or whatever.
nice. Yeah.
But I would have paid a fair amount to just avoid the whole thing. Like 20. I think I would have paid $25 to have them backdate
Did
it.
you love the tux? Were you thinking, oh, because they're like, hey, you
They
can
try to
keep
sell
it.
it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Did you
They have
like
a
it? Were
good
you
business
tempted or
model.
no?
No, but like, when am I ever gonna wear it again?
Yeah, I know that's why I didn't. I loved mine too, and I was like, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna.
it was
And this is a little
nice.
secret for our listeners. If you use black tux, um, they will send you, and you'll have this like they'll be like, oh, it's $25 off, or you get a discounted rate if you just keep it. You're After you return it, they'll send you a thing where it's like, you know, do you want it for you know
Right,
$90 or like way
right,
less
right, right,
than the
right, right,
sale
right.
price. So you just hold out. If you do want it, just hold out because they will keep lowering it and
Because they
lowering
don't
it.
want to have to dry clean it and fold it
Yep.
up and get all the jizz stains out of it. They don't want
Yeah.
to have to do that.
They don't have to clean the shit stain out of the back of the inside.
No, out of the bow tie for some reason.
Right.
The I was really confused how to put on that bow tie.
Oh, I just assumed another groomsman was on your shoulders and you turned him around. There's a series of ways you could get
Logical
your
explanation for
groomsman.
this, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it came with suspenders, and that was a whole mess. Have you put
Oh.
on suspenders in like your life?
No, but I like them. I mean, I have worn them, and I like them because you feel classy. It just feels
Yeah.
fun. You feel like you're in a,
Wait, in what context have you worn suspenders?
God, I think I was a little boy. I don't know. I, I don't know if I've worn them. I don't have them, so I don't. I'm trying to think of how
You're
I could have
just
possibly worn them.
six with your thumbs in your suspenders, walking around thinking you're better than all the other first graders.
Yeah, because I don't have any, but I do. I don't know. Maybe I did have them for black bar. I don't think so though.
Well, they're just you're like, I don't know. In my mind, it would be like metal clamps on them, and you would clamp
Yep.
them to your pants. But that's not how these work. There's like buttons on the inside of the pants, and then there's hooks, and then you have to hook the two. It was very hard
Yes,
to get them
envisioning
off.
the clamps.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was envisioning the clamps, like crisscrosses in the back,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah,
clamp
yeah.
them.
No
Yeah.
clamps, buttons.
No.
So
Maybe that's just for
and
like
loops.
6-year-olds.
Yeah, probably. I just love you have this like huge positive reaction to wearing suspenders, and you've clearly never worn suspenders. You just have this image of yourself walking around in
But I
suspenders.
could still feel what it felt like when I had them. I just felt like, oh, I'm in this tight, secure. Oh, I'm James Bond. You know.
Well, your wife's always trying to get you to class up your look. Why don't you get suspenders and wear them for this recording?
Oh God, no, that'd be weird. I'd wear them randomly, but not for the recording. 'Cause first of all, no one will see it. It's an audio recording, and
Well,
I'll
the
just
people in the
feel
crowd will
weird.
see it.
Well, I know, but like, I'll just,
Well, what are
it'll
we
just,
talking about? They're going to be
I'll just
passed out in
perform
a
weird.
pile of their own vomit anyway.
That's right. That's what I attract. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
All right, buddy. What does Johnny Beaner need backup on?
All right. Now this this isn't a specific incident that happened, but it very well could have, and I'm sure it has in the past. I'm talking about for
I was
me
wearing
specifically for
suspenders.
Christmas. I was wearing. Uh, if you get a gift, like let's say you get, a shirt, or you get clothing. It's a shirt, a flannel shirt. Okay,
Yes.
and it fits.
Great. Good
You
news.
you don't you shouldn't return it and get a different style or color or pattern because that that's not the gift. The gift is
Right.
the shirt. Like
Right.
if that's what you're gonna do, then why aren't we just giving each other money? Because that's all you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I just
Well, okay. I have two minds of it. So I think there's part of me that does think that if you as the gift giver, I just want the person to enjoy. I do want them to like enjoy it. I don't want to give them something and then to just keep it and then not really want it. So if
so
you
if you
want to,
don't know they're gonna like it,
no,
you
I
can give
don't
them
like.
money.
Yeah. Wait. So
Okay.
who are you in this story? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Are you the person who received the
I'm
shirt?
both. I'm putting my as I'm going. That's why I'm going slow because I'm going on both sides. I mean, I don't. I don't. I guess I. I guess I don't care if I give someone something they switch it. I'm not like offended, but like because I'll get stuff. What this is what spawned it is I got a flannel shirt from Erin and I love it. It's great, but she repeatedly was like, if you don't like it, if you don't like it, you can switch it. If you don't like it, you can switch it. You just switch it. And I'm like, I do like it, but then I'm like,
Right.
even if I switched it, then what's the? Why did you give me this? Like
Yeah.
why don't you just give me,
You're like, well, what store did you buy it from? You know, because if it's like a big enough, like if it's Target, I guess I could exchange it for like a Zelda game or something.
right? But that's what I mean.
But
That's what
then
I mean. That's the
you
point. It's
can't.
like, then just
I
give me $60.
Right. But then if you stay in the shirt universe, it's still like a shirt. Because I think what she's trying to do is get you a nice shirt that you would
Then
like
give
to
me a
wear.
gift card. Then get the gift card. Right?
No, but then there's the chance that you would like this shirt, you know?
There's a okay.
Because I got okay, so I got Heidi was saying she needed like a nice pair of pants for this trip. It's going to Boston, like a warm but classy pair of pants. So I got at Banana Republic, I got her like a pretty expensive but like a nice pair of pants. But then I told her, like I don't know, like I hope these are what you would like or wear, but
Yeah.
obviously you can exchange these for different pants. But
You okay.
I don't think I'd be offended. But if she exchanged them and then got some jewelry, I'd be like, well, yeah, no, you're out of the now you're out of the gift zone. You're out of like what I was, you know
So
what I mean?
you got her what, black pants?
No, they're like a forest green color, kind of not flannel, but like a warm material, like thick, but like dressy kind of. I don't
So
know how to describe
if
it.
she all right, here's my thing. So let's say she was like, okay, yeah, I kind of like them, but she returns them and gets some black pinstripe pants. Okay,
Yeah,
totally different. They're pants.
I think I'm still like I think I'm thinking I'm like a little hurt because I like to think that I
Then
know her
like a year
style and
later,
stuff.
she's wearing those pants. You can't be like, hey, you're wearing the pants I got you.
Right, yeah.
That's
So here's what you do. Here's how you get out of this.
okay.
I'll back you up in this way. If you're receiving a gift and you want to exchange it because you don't like it,
Okay.
but you have to act like it doesn't fit if it's clothing. So let's in your scenario, the flannel shirt fits, right?
Yeah.
You go, oh, I think it's a little tight in the
Yeah.
shoulder. I think I could go up a size, or oh
I
my
think my
god,
dick's too big. I would say my dick's too big or something.
yeah, my dick's too big for this hat. The
Right.
proportions are all off.
Right.
uh I think you have to put on a big show about how it doesn't quite fit and that you're going to go exchange it for a different size. But then once you're in the store, the salesman talked me into this and that, and then anything can happen.
Yeah. Okay.
See, everything that all my solutions and everything I need backup on is predicated on dishonesty. Have you
Right.
noticed that? I'm big
Deceiving
into
someone.
just lying. I think that's the
Right.
basis. I need backup on not telling the truth in whatever way becomes advantageous to you. I think that's my general thesis on this show. That's kind
Yeah.
of an epiphany I just had.
Well, it works. It works.
Well, it can.
Take your. You see, but now in most of these scenarios, we're talking about wives. We're talking about Heidi. We're talking about Aaron.
Yeah.
And I don't know if with Aaron, I know that if I was like, oh, I don't know, my back, it's too tight, or I would
Yeah.
switch it. I'd get a different color, come back. But before, she would be like, well, what? So what size is that one?
Yeah. Well, and that's also a
Well,
problem.
it's a different cut.
Yeah.
No, it's
Well,
not.
that's a
It's the same
problem with
brand.
dudes, because like women have like size 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have
Yeah,
these specific numbers, and guys are like large,
yeah,
extra large, XXL.
yeah,
They don't really. So like I'm pretty much just an extra large all the time. But I think there's a universe where you go, oh, with this brand, I need it's actually just a large, or something. But
yeah, yeah. Old Navy has more like dick room in the shirts for some reason.
they're made for a bigger dick. I like how you're too like for these gifts we're just talking about our wives. Like, yeah, of course. Like, I'm not giving a gift to anybody else who's acceptable for them to exchange it. Like, if I give a present to Ginger and she like holds it up, she's like, is there a gift receipt? Is there a gift receipt for these magnetiles? I don't know if I'm gonna really use these.
But what about like I don't know?
Oh, I guess like my brother. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
your
I
brother or your
suppose. Yeah.
mother-in-law or something like that.
Yeah. I mean they could well, like my brother got us a Disney Plus subscription, right? For
Oh yeah, you were
Christmas.
talking about how you were scared to activate it
Oh, I
because
already talked about this. But yeah, so we already have it. So like that would be one where like I wish I could just trade this for like an actual $80 bill.
I have a
But
sneaky
whatever.
suspicion that would be a counterfeit bill.
Yes. But
Yeah.
you know,
This jersey right here, this Bulls jersey I have, Michael Jordan. This is the vintage classic
dude, wow.
1997-98 jersey. And did I tell you
So
about why I
who
wanted
got
this?
you that jersey?
My my wife.
Oh,
Did I
great.
tell you about it? How I got Duncan got one, the red one from my brother, and I loved it. And I was like, I want one too.
And it was
And then
it
last
also the
year,
one Duncan got of vintage like actual
it
jersey?
was a kid's one. I mean, it's just like this, but it's red. It doesn't have the
Yeah.
vintage, authentic whatever. But it's like it's got the these are like hard, like
Yeah.
it's not just
I
whatever.
don't think she shopped for it at the same store that you bought your
No,
Packers
Scott got
jerseys.
Duncan's. Yeah. But my point is, she's like, "Oh, do you want?" Oh, and I kept asking for it. And then last year, part of my gift was that she told me she did try to get it for me on Etsy, but it just never showed up. So that was kind of a that was kind of a bummer. Anyway, but this year, so she got me this one, but she kept saying, "Are you sure you want the red one? Are you sure you like that color? Are you sure you don't want the red one or the white or the white one?" And I was like, I mean, I asked for the red one because I thought I liked the red one, but now then when I got this, I like this better. But I was like, yeah, this one. But I feel like if I had switched it for red, then she didn't get it for me. Then
Yeah,
she
well, like,
basically
so
supplied the funds for me to get myself a gift.
my mom, exactly. See, I don't like, I think I've talked about this before too, but like, you take the joy out of the gift giving when you say to exactly what you want, you know? Like my
Yeah.
wife is so not subtle, like the hints are not like, and it's like she gives me no credit for like picking up the hints. So like
Yeah.
she wanted new sheets for the bed, you know, these expensive sheets. And she
Yeah.
just kept saying it over and over again, like, oh, I wish we had. It's like I know that's what I'm supposed to get. Quit saying it. It makes me seem like an idiot. And then when I do get these, I'll get no credit. You know,
Right.
it'll just be like this thing I did that I had to do, and if I hadn't, I would have ruined Christmas.
Yeah. And we've
Like
talked
my
about
mom,
that how well, go ahead.
oh well, just like so, like my mom, like I said, I needed a new like roller bag or something. So my mom was gonna get me a new roller bag for Christmas. She's literally texting me links. She's like, "Do you want this exact one or this exact one?" And then she's like, "What color?" I was like, "There has to be some element of surprise. Like,
Yeah.
I can't just order my own suitcase and have you pay for it."
Yeah. Yeah, that's different.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was gonna
Do
say
you
we
get
have talked
gifts?
about when you have a good gift and it's like the thing that she mentioned off and you know she doesn't think you heard it and then you get it and
Ah,
you're like she's gonna be blown away and then 2 days before she opens it she reminds you, hey,
yeah,
in case you're still thinking about it, I do want that watch from the beach
I
from
know. That
last
makes
year.
it
It's like
makes me want to take it back.
yeah.
Like now you're not getting it.
But I got it's funny because she sent me a link to some blouse or something and I just like, oh, I like this gift idea earlier in the year and I was like, sweet. So I just bought it right away.
Yeah,
So I had the gift out of the way and I just kept it in the basement. And then when she opened it, I don't know if her taste changed or what, but she like didn't seem super excited. She's like, oh, this is nice. Oh, where did you get? And I was like, I mean,
you
I wanted to be
literally.
like, hey, this is bullshit. You picked this out, but I couldn't because,
That's hilarious. Uh, do you get gifts like holiday gifts for anyone in show business
in what?
and like our business in comedy, bookers or agents
I
or
uh, I have I have for bookers in the past,
yeah,
but now it's the cards because it's
yeah, cards. That's smart.
I think
I was doing.
they make a lot more money than I
I
do.
know. I was doing the last like 4 years. So basically, since I started doing like a little better financially with comedy, I was like, you know what? I should like the college agent and a couple of these people. It's like I'm gonna send just Amazon gift cards.
Yeah, yeah.
And then this year was like I was like, what am I? I was like, they
Wait,
got
so
more
did you
money
do it
than
in the
me,
past? Did you
huh?
do it?
Yeah, I was doing it for like last 3 or 4 years, and this year I was like a Grinch. I was like, you know what? I'm spending all this money going to this wedding. I got a kid to buy presents for. It's like I'm good. They don't
I
need
know.
it.
And that's not fair because you were the nice guy that did it for 4 years, but then the first year you don't do it,
They're gonna be
it's
mad.
noticed.
Yeah,
Whereas they're not noticing that everyone else didn't because they never do. It's like, well,
right.
what?
Well, and
So you're
also
mad at us?
they're not buying me a present.
Right. Yeah.
Why is it that why is that the like, you know what I mean? That's the like it's so clear the power dynamics, but it's like, why am I buying these people the present and why not the other way around, you know?
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is my thank you for booking me. And it's like, well, wait a minute, I'm providing a service
I
when
know.
I book
Where's
you.
my
Why aren't you
thank you
thanking
for
me for the service
getting out to like rural Arkansas and doing a show,
for
taking a
six
red
months?
eye and
Yeah.
anyway. So
Anyway, I
Merry
guess basically
Christmas.
the message is if there are comedy bookers listening, fuck you. We
Okay.
kid, we kid.
We
We love you.
kid.
Keep booking us, please.
Well, folks, I think that's it.
We did it. We knocked
So
it
if
out of
you're
the park.
listening to this, Johnny's already done his big shows in Milwaukee, but I'm assuming you're going to sell those out anyway.
I hope so.
Do you have anything else you want to
This coming
plug?
weekend, I'm at Broad Gauge in Petersville on Friday the 13th, and I'm at Mason City Limits, wherever that is in Illinois, on Saturday. I think Mason City, maybe Bloomington. I don't know. If you're in Illinois, I feel like you've heard of Mason. I don't know. If you're near a place called Mason City Limits.
I'm at the Oklahoma City, Oklahoma Convention Center, wherever that is. I don't know, Oklahoma City or something. Anyway, look it up. I'm at the
Look it up,
New
you
York,
lazy fucks.
Madison Square Garden, New York City, wherever that is. This one show, Bend, Oregon, January 21st, Open Space Event Center. Tickets are on my website. Tell your friends if you know anybody who lives in Bend. All right, that's it. Thank you for listening to
The Cavalry.